We don't trust that God wants what's good for us. We think our will is better than God's. This is what got us in trouble in the first place. And so the entire book, the entire Bible is proof God's will can be trusted. Where was it violated? Genesis 3. Where was it recovered? Genesis 3. What requirements did God put on Adam and Eve to restore the relationship they had violated? God put no requirements on them. He says, you know what? I will take on all the shame. I will take on all of the pain. And what you failed to do, which was to obey me, I will make sure the Son obeys on your behalf. And I will give it to you all by grace. And then he says, can you trust my will now? You didn't the first time. You destroyed the world. You destroyed my relationship with you. It doesn't work. Now, do you trust my will? And then he gives you thousands upon thousands of stories and years to say, I'm trustworthy, I'm trustworthy, I'm trustworthy. You want me to be glorified. You want to be satisfied in me. That leads us to our third point, which is our ultimate desire in prayer should be to see our spiritual development and not our safety and satisfaction. You know why I can take a lot of confidence in that? It's because Jesus warns his disciples, hey, by the way, following me, after he says this, okay, ask whatever you need in my name and I will give it to you. Right after that, he says, now you're going to suffer and most of you are going to die. I don't think Jesus had our comfort and safety in mind when he says, ask for what you need. Because why? As Paul says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Every disciple except for John was brutally murdered. Was it because they failed to pray? No. Even when we think about Paul and his infirmities, said, Lord, take this from me 3 times. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with asking the Father. But what did he say? But Father, if it's not your will, I understand. And he says, Paul says, God, or Jesus Christ responded to him and says, hey, Paul, my grace, it's sufficient for you. For in your weakness, you are made strong. So it's there that Paul found satisfaction in Jesus and he said, God be praised. To God be the glory. Church, I'm not telling you can't take your infirmities, your struggles, your pains, and your sorrows, and your discomforts to the Father. He says to. He says, cast all your cares upon him, for he cares for you. Father, I'm hurting. I'm sad. I'm weak. My heart longs for this, and I'm not getting it. What am I to do? And then what he says? I hear you. And I will give you exactly what you need.
Thank you for listening. Today's reminder is from John Moffitt, pastor of Grace Reformed Church in Spring Hill, Tennessee. Everyday Grace is a listener-supported podcast. If you would like to help support our ministry, please visit theocast.org/give.